If you want to be strong, mobile, and walk well at 70, it's important to start thinking differently about how you train at 50. Not just to look better in the mirror, not to chase numbers on the scale necessarily, but to keep your body working for the long haul. This is our garage gym. We've had it for over 20 years. When our son was born, my wife and I both had gym memberships, but with a new baby at home, we just weren't getting there very much. And the reality was the commercial gym, they didn't care whether we were there or not. Our credit card was being charged month after month regardless. So we decided to create our own gym space at home. When we moved here, this was a typical 2-car garage with an old wooden workbench, grease-stained concrete floors. Once we made the decision to reclaim this space, it truly became our gym. It's not fancy, it's not perfect, and right now it's kind of messy, but from an identity standpoint, that's what's most important. It's not our garage anymore, it's our gym, and it works perfectly for what we created it for, and we've used it over all these years, whether it was messy or not. At some point this spring, we're going to update the flooring, clean it up a bit, not because we need a perfect gym, but because maintenance matters. And also because I accidentally painted over 10 feet of the carpet when a can of paint fell from this cabinet shelf, but that's another story altogether. But here's what this video is really about. After the age of 50, for many of us, and definitely after the age of 60, the primary goal isn't to look like you're 25 anymore. I'm not trying to impress anyone with my guns or six-pack abs. I'm training to stay upright, mobile, and independent for whatever length of time that I have left on the planet. If you want to walk well later, you have to think about the structures that we know tend to fail as we age. I've already had a total hip replacement, so I know firsthand that body parts, they wear out. Dr. Peter Attia, in his book Outlive: The Science and Art of Longevity, talks about training for what he calls the centenarian decathlon. And if you're focused on longevity and maintaining your strength and your health, that's really something that's worth aspiring to. Most people think walking is just about cardio. It's not. Walking well is about leg strength. It's about balance, power. In the ER, I don't see people who come in because their cardiovascular endurance isn't good enough. I see them come in because they fall. And those falls usually aren't random. They're often the end result of declining strength, slower reaction time, and the loss of control. Leg strength is non-negotiable after 50, but it's the most undertrained muscle group for most people in general. And in many aging adults, leg training is often just non-existent. Your legs are what get you up from a chair. They allow you to climb stairs, to get out of a bathtub. They catch you when you stumble. I can't tell you how many people I've seen in the ER over the years who fell in the shower or while getting out of a bathtub. If leg strength goes, impaired mobility often follows. Also, you don't need to train with maximal weight. You don't need fancy equipment, but you do need usable strength, the kind that impacts your daily life. Things like standing up under control, walking and stepping with confidence, carrying weight without losing posture. These aren't exclusively gym exercises per se. They're life skills, skills that you use every single day. Not many of us are going to end up on the cover of a fitness magazine or on stage at a bodybuilding competition, though there's nothing wrong with striving for those things even at the age of 50 and beyond. Optimizing your muscle and your physique, they're commendable goals, but this is where a lot of people really miss the mark. Maintaining our structural stability is way more important than muscular appearance, especially where core training is concerned. The core isn't just about six-pack abs. The job of your core is stability. Your core transfers force between your upper and your lower body, and it keeps you from going down when forces push you backwards or sideways. A strong core helps you stay balanced, and that leads into something that we need to talk about after 50, balance and power. We lose power faster than we actually lose strength as we age. Power is your ability to produce force quickly, and power is what saves you when you trip. Most falls happen because someone can't react fast enough, not because they weren't strong enough. I hope that makes sense. Balance and power training doesn't need to be dramatic, but it does need to be intentional. Single leg work, controlled changes in direction, moving with purpose instead of rushing. This is the kind of training that protects you. And here's where mindset really matters. After 50, training shouldn't just be about single personal bests or about records. It needs to be about consistency. It's about doing things today that your future body will thank you for. It's also about acknowledging that the health of your joints are more important than how big your biceps are, because our joints very often become the biggest limiting factor that dictate whether you continue training regularly and keeping your strength intact, period. Just like our home gym space, our bodies don't always need reinvention, but the body does need attention. It needs maintenance and upkeep. It needs you to keep showing up. Nutrition and supplements matter, but they're not the main event. Training always comes first. Nutrition supports your training. Supplements can amplify the work that you do, but they don't replace it. If you don't train, no supplement fixes that. If you want to walk well at 70, train now for strength, balance, and control, not just for how your body looks. You don't need a perfect gym, but you need a body that you keep investing in. And that's the mindset that I think really matters after the age of 50. Listen, we just passed 30,000 subscribers to the channel, and for that, I'm very grateful. I appreciate every single one of you who watches my videos, and I don't take it for granted at all. By the way, if you haven't given much thought to maximizing each year of your life going forward, I'd encourage you to watch this video next. Thanks so much for watching, and please share this video with someone you care about. Share it with someone you feel would benefit from watching it as well. All the best to you, and I will see you in the next video.